Hello, America. Anyone? Anyone? Anyone still awake? This is Sean Bianca, GOP girl with true news for President Trump. Anyone? Anyone? It says you're building an audience, just waiting for someone to say hello. Just let me know if you're out there. Because I have some things I think some people need to know. All right, I'm going to get started. I've had about enough of John McCain, Senator John McCain, who is obviously bitter that he did not win the presidency. But let's call a spade a spade. John McCain picked Sarah Palin, never should have picked Sarah Palin, so he lost the election to Obama. But on February 17th, Senator John McCain at the Munich Security Conference told the Munich Security Conference that President Trump's administration is in disarray and has a lot of work to do. Thank you, okay? Yes, that's John McCain supporting our president. February 18th, he again attacked the president on last week's Meet the Press, basically insinuating that President Trump is a dictator. He said on Meet the Press to Chuck Todd, quote unquote, if you want to preserve, I'm serious now, if you want to preserve democracy as we know it, you have to have a free and many times adversarial press. He went on to say, and without it, I am afraid that we would lose so much of our individual liberties over time. That's how dictators get started. But then, this is what CNN, yes, fake news, doesn't put up there. All over the media, all over mainstream media, they said, they put the quote of Senator John McCain saying, that's how dictators get started. But then later in the same interview, it's as if he regretted saying it, he says, and I'm not saying that President Trump is trying to be a dictator. I'm just saying we need to learn the lessons of history. Well, you know what? I think Americans need to learn the truth about Senator John McCain. The senator, the 80-year-old has-been political nightmare as far as I'm concerned, has about 34 years of doing nothing for America, other than before he became a senator, being a prisoner of war. Apparently, Senator John McCain is nothing more than an American hero in disguise. This is what people need to know. John McCain, when he was a prisoner of war, he was accused of collaborating with the enemy by fellow soldiers when he was held in North Vietnam. Now, a lot of people don't know this. Colonel Ted Guy, who was McCain's commander, was at the time of John McCain's release, he was preparing a case of treason against Senator John McCain. Haven't heard a lot about that now, have you? Yes. However, it was when President Nixon signed a blanket pardon for all returning prisoners of war. That is how Senator John McCain escaped being held accountable for committing treason and all prospects of prosecution. Now, again, he was guilty. He has been guilty of treason. Not too long ago, 2012, McCain blatantly met with the enemy. He went to Syria and he met with the so-called rebels, okay? The so-called rebels who President Obama had supported. McCain met with the so-called rebels to discuss, to seal a deal in dealing with helping them with billions of dollars, weapons, equipment, and training by the United States military in Jordan as to defeat Assad. Okay, remember when there was a mistake and the United States dropped supplies and oops, it ended up in the hands of ISIS? Well, guess what? it wasn't a mistake. It appears that it was intentional, not accidental. And that is how Senator John McCain again is guilty of treason. He was on the side of Obama, who has been on the side of ISIS and Al-Qaeda. And perhaps that is why John McCain did not want President Trump to become president, because, as we know, President Trump wants to drain the swamp of people like Senator John McCain. Senator John McCain is as anti-American of a senator as America can have. This is what Senator John McCain supports. His record is every bit un-American. He does not support our war veterans. He is anti-Second Amendment. He supports open borders. And his prisoner of war records are sealed, which is not someone who's indicative of being proud of their military record. Because if he's proud of it, he wouldn't have those records sealed. Now, he supports almost every single bill that is bad for the American people. Personally, I think it's about time America put this senator out to pasture. He's 80 years old. He's obviously bitter that he didn't win the presidency. And he's been accused of being senile. He's been accused of being insane with angry outbursts, bad, foul language, and rants. This, along with his being anti-American, could be a direct result of his being brainwashed in Vietnam as a prisoner of war, and he could feel guilty that he aided and abetted the enemy in North Vietnam. And he's again aided and abetted the enemy with ISIS. Clearly, this is a man that's unfit for public office, and yet Senator John McCain has been on every mainstream media network bashing President Trump, who is the most pro-American president we have had in quite some time. Frankly, I'm sick of it. And Senator John McCain, he's got 34 years of being a failure as a senator. He's done nothing. He chairs the Senate Armed Services Committee, and it is the least, our military is now the least prepared defense, has the least prepared military defense in the history, actually no, in 70 years. He is part of the Senate that is guilty of bringing America to almost $19 trillion in debt. He has failed helping the veterans. He has failed the entire VA system. He has been a part of failing to secure our border. He's just a complete failure as a senator. So he has no leg to stand on as to attack our president, who in his first month as president, President Trump has done more than most presidents in our lifetime. So people, spread the word about Senator John McCain, because he's obviously a senile old kook and nothing more. Political has-been. All right, everyone. This is Sean Bianca, GOP Girl, with True News for President Trump. Thanks for watching and have a great night. Bye-bye.